he can score. I think it's one thing that's hard to find is guys who can score consistently, 30, 40 goals in the league. So, I don't know what's going on there. I just show up to the rink and play hockey every day, and I think the media talks enough about it, and we'll see what happens.
The media never speculates, Matt. Come on. That was Matt Stage and I a little earlier on today playing EA Sports NHL 10. Out tonight at midnight at Future Shop at Yonge and Dundas Square. Wendell Clark's going to be down there. So is Ian White, so make sure you check that out.
Copy for all of us going around here
Absolutely
or what?
not. I'm
Thanks,
going home.
Oprah.
This is my night right here. Thanks, Oprah. I'm not that evil. Come on. Get
I'm
off
glad
my
you at least
back.
taped that earlier today. I was going to say, what, do you wear the same clothes every time you go out? Or what?
Maybe. Phoenix, quality band. I want to know if Phil Kessell is a quality player. Enough of a quality player to garner 2 first-round draft picks to get him here in Toronto. The rumor, of course, is out there. It's going to take 2 number-1 picks and a second-rounder to bring Phil Kessell to Toronto. Sandor, is he worth it? You in or out?
Out. I mean, Matt Stajan said consistent 30-goal scorer. Sorry, Matt, 1 30-goal season. Doesn't make you consistent.
He's 21, though,
He's
Steve.
21, but he didn't break 30 points the other 2 seasons of his career. This is a guy, he's a growing player, and don't think he doesn't have potential. But at this point, not worth 2 1s and a 2 for a guy who's put up 1 30-goal season. The Leafs already got semi-burned on Jason Blake, a guy who had 1 great year and a bunch of third-line years. Another player that burned, Mike Pekka, had 1 30-goal season and a bunch of third-line years.
I think this is Peter Chiarelli, the Boston Bruins general manager, posturing kind of like Brian Burke's been trying to posture through the media the whole time anyways. I don't think he's going to get that. But is he worth 2 first-rounders?
I don't think he is. And from Steven's point as well, but I would also take it to the point that if you're at this point in your franchise with the Leafs where you're kind of in that, you're not quite in a rebuild mode. You're rebuilding a little bit on the fly, but obviously you've taken your lumps the last couple of seasons. People are starting to feel some positive vibes about the fact that you're going with a younger core. You're trying to build through the draft and young stars. This is not the time where you give up 2 first-rounders and a second for a guy that may or may not be on the next. So I'm out.
You in or out?
I'm out too, but I mean, you think about both of these teams, man, who have been struggling to get a Stanley Cup since both, Lyndon Johnson and Richard Nixon were presidents of the United States.
But at least Bruins fans can dare to dream.
Oh my God, he's not worth it. He's not worth it. No.
I still like bringing back the 21-year-old. Get it done, Burke. Rumor has it, according to Darren Dreger, that he will put forward an offer tonight, which will open up a whole other can of worms, which we'll probably talk about on tomorrow's show. But one trade that did go down over the weekend was Dany Heatley finally being jettisoned out of Ottawa after talking all summer. Milan Michalek and Chichu and a draft pick coming back the other way to the capital. We're going to say that Ottawa is better without Heatley. Sandor, you in or out?
I'm in, and I like this deal, and I think it's one of those situations where a GM did the right thing. And I mean, yeah, obviously he did try to make the move with Edmonton, it didn't work out. But just because a player's putting a lot of heat on you and demanding the deal, you sit back and you wait for the best deal. You don't just go, oh, okay, you want to go, let's get rid of this problem this week. And he waited and he got a better deal. Really, Chichu, not good, probably never score 50 goals again. Can get you 20 or 30, yes. And Michalek, a lot of potential, and you get another draft pick out of it. Really good deal.
Smith, you in or out?
I'm out based on the fact that it might take 2 guys to score 50 when Heatley can probably do it on his own. Anytime you give up the best player, I think you lose the trade. Now, it might be better for the locker room, might be better for team chemistry overall to get the headache out of the way, but when you give up the best player, I think you always lose.
Will, you in or out?
You know what? I think Ottawa's better without him. I mean, if he's a cancer in the locker room, no matter how much he scores, the team sucked last year, and they'd probably suck again because it seemed like he quit on Ottawa last year.
Bring up the big three.
Hey, the sad truth is Ottawa was a much better team when Corey Klusen gave him his so-called reduced role than when he was a first-line player for the first 50 games of the year. And that's an uncomfortable thing, an uncomfortable
I got to wrap this up, but I like the trade for both teams, guys. We got to take a break, but after the break, we're talking my boy, Donovan McNabb. Crunch, and with that, Philly's got a whole lot more interesting this season. The follow-up with McNabb, the Kurt is next. It's my last word.